Good morning. So, why you don't need someone to tell you what to eat. You need them to cook it too. No joking. Why you don't need someone to just tell you what to eat. So I often get, people say, just tell me exactly what to eat. And I perhaps reluctantly do that. But the problem is it actually needs a lot of input from you. And this is because, morning Jane, most people actually, know what to do already. They know, if I told them, right, is this healthy or that healthy, healthier, however terminologies, morning Jane, whatever you want to use, they'd probably say, I know that is, you've got like cakes, processed foods, biscuits, etc. I know that they're probably going to be worse for me, etc. You can go up to anyone pretty much in the high street, in the town centres and ask and do a survey. And most people know. The key thing is actually doing it. And it's all well and good also me saying, eat this then, eat that then, eat wild salmon. And I see it a lot around, people saying, this is the meal plan that you need to lose weight. Really, all as they've done is given some structure, which is fine, which is another tool in the toolbox, which will work for a bit, which means you've got fewer decisions to make, which is great. Hey Mal, which is a starting point, 100%. So you can use these as bases, and that's what we do with our meal plans. As basis, as ideas, but it doesn't mean you have to have that every day, because I see some, they're so complicated that if you really did it and you stuck to it for 2 weeks, yes, it would work 100%. But then as soon as stress comes in, as soon as life turns a little bit, it's fine when the sun's out and we've got a few weeks, I can really knuckle down. But then when stress hits, when time is an issue, that's when we fall back into our habits again. Because the plan hasn't considered, okay, do you eat with your kids? Do you have breakfast? What time do you start work? Do you do shift work? What foods do you like? What don't you like? All of these things come into it, your social life. And if we can't work it around that, we're probably going to be bound to fail, because we're going to think, if I'm not sticking to this meal plan, it means I'm failing. So this doesn't mean, though, a meal plan fails. The good thing about this is we can take a lot from why a meal plan works whilst we can do it, which is structure, takes time away, takes decisions away. So what if we can plan our meals around that? Even if it's a wishy-washy plan. And what I call a wishy-washy plan is having stuff in the fridge, your environment is set up so that you're going to make better choices. Like having 6 protein snacks handy in the fridge will always, more likely than not, help you make a better choice. We're 5 times more likely to eat the first thing we see than the third. That's quite a massive stat, right? So your environment will dictate what you do. So can we get pre-cut fruit and veggies in there? Can we have a fruit bowl out? Can we put the crisps and chocolates in an inconvenient cupboard? One in the bathroom maybe with the razor, and that would make it unappetizing. I'm not saying do that. But we know that our environment does dictate a lot of what we do. So how can we flip that right now? What can you do today to go, yes, I'm going to make sure I have some protein snacks with me today. Make sure that when I'm in, just before I leave work, so I don't go straight in the fridge when I get home, I'm going to go for a walk. It could be non-food. I'm going to go for a walk. As soon as I get back, I'll go for a walk. I'm going to have a protein-rich snack before I leave work, so that when I get home and that's that time between dinner, I don't have it then. Or I'm going to plan something in for when I get back from work that's protein-rich, has lots of fibre in, which we know 2 things that are going to help keep you full up in that time when it's that snacky time. Or even, like some of the ladies say, I'm going to book into a session at that annoying time of 4:45, 5:30, when maybe it's too early for dinner in your household, but you're like, what should I eat? And it's about replacing it with something else. And it's not, I'm not saying this is the perfect solution straight away, but it's always about going from A to B. And that's why just telling you what to eat is fine. That will work for a little bit, but then we can start to work through the obstacles. Okay, this worked for day 1, but now I'm getting sick and tired of planning different breakfasts every day. Perfect. Did you like the breakfast yesterday? Yes. Cool. Have that again. But what if I get bored in a year? Well, don't worry about a year. Let's just focus on right now. So we can start to build this in. Okay, I like that breakfast. I'll pretty much keep it quite similar. Now I've got 3 breakfasts I like. I can switch them around. Morning, Deborah. Morning, Mel. I can start to switch them around now. And then I don't really have much time for lunch. Cool, that's fine. Can we actually have a sandwich? I've never eaten bread before. I normally just don't eat anything, then I snack on chocolate and biscuits. What's the better option? You can get a lot of salad in a sandwich. It's not the end of the world. You give yourself permission to have it. Pretty less of a issue if you like, and it might be that now you only have sandwiches at lunchtime. In the evening meal, on those days I've got clubs, I also got to do work late, whatever it is. Okay, have a ready meal as a backup. Yeah, I don't like ready meals because they're full of salt, all this. But what would you have instead? Well, I'd probably just pick all evening on snacky foods, crisps, chocolate, which also has salt, or get a takeaway. So we've got to consider what's the alternative. Always think, what's the alternative? And ready meals these days are actually pretty good. So anyway, I've gone through a few scenarios on there. I hope that helps. If you found that helpful, like, share it. Someone else might need to hear it if they feel like they're in this all or nothing space where they have to follow something to the letter, like organic quinoa and wild salmon, which I always see. Why is it that I always see that? Anyway, not that there's anything wrong with it, I actually like that, but it's not for everyone, and that's the key thing. Anyway, have an awesome Monday, and I'll see you soon.